Hey, this is Mr. Roswell. We're doing problems from old AP exams. Here's the question for today. A child pushes on a box horizontally, which has mass m, moves at a constant speed v across a horizontal floor. The coefficient of friction between the box and the floor is mu. At what rate does the child do work on the box? So, rate of doing work is power. Power equals work divided by time. So we also know it equals force times velocity. So the box is moving at a constant speed. Let's draw a free body diagram. Free body diagram. Here's the box. Let's say it's moving this way. This way. Motion. Let's say it weighs mg. And let's say there's a normal force. Let's say I'm pushing on it this direction. And that means if there's motion that way, that means there's a force of friction this way. So if I've got a force of friction here, force of friction, force this way. Force of friction equals the force that I'm pushing on it because we're moving at a constant speed. So moving at a constant speed horizontally means the following. Sum of the forces equals mass times acceleration in the horizontal direction. Horizontally. In particular, that's Newton's second law, N2L. So force I'm pushing minus the force of friction equals the mass times acceleration. But moving at a constant speed means that acceleration equals 0. So force I'm pushing minus the force of friction equals 0. Must mean force equals force of friction. You get pretty good at this, and then you'll see that that happens a lot, but that's okay if you didn't see that. Now, we know that the velocity is a constant. We know that force of friction equals mu times the normal force. We know that vertically, if I do Newton's second law, N2L, I get the sum of the forces equals mass times acceleration. So I get N minus mg equals mass times acceleration. But again, acceleration is 0. I meant to say acceleration was 0 here, not that that equals 0, but then it all is 0. So that means the normal force equals mg. That must mean that the force of friction equals mu mg. So if that's the force, and I need the velocity, then mu mg times the velocity, so power equals work over time, the rate of doing work, which equals force times velocity. But I know that the force that I'm talking about is the force of friction. So, kind of a conclusion here. Power equals mu mg times v, which is choice A. Thanks for listening.